So fallow ground... Wait, that's not what we're doing today. I needed a break. We're at 4,619 kills, I think. I'm just burning out. So we're going to hunt Emerald Coast. There's still 4 species you want to have diamonds of, and it just so happened that banteng apparently feed right outside this outpost, so we're going to get on with that. And then we're going to jump into Croc territory, and we'll see where we are from there. Side gut redemption. Dude, I was so excited about that. It was like, I don't know, I think because I wasn't sure if it was an albino, I was as much shocked that it was actually when we went up to it as I was that we got one. What's up, Dylan? Miles is in here. I think I saw a hatchet in here as well. What's going on, man? What's up, Heidi? So yeah, we really haven't touched our single player much. We've been in multiplayer a good bit, and frankly, this is what the fallow grind or any Great One grind tends to do to me. Because what happens is, I gotta record a video, right? And of course I'm gonna be on the Emerald Coast because it's the new map. I can't just do fallow videos all the time. I think that would get pretty boring. But then I think, okay, if we're gonna find a diamond, are we gonna find one in single player faster or multiplayer? Because I want to get back to grinding fallow. So we've just been in multiplayer so much, I think our single player is probably hiding several good things. We haven't killed that much since release. So we're gonna see if we can find one today. What's up, pizza? Caught a stream on my birthday first in a while. Well, happy birthday. Hope you're having a good one, and thank you for stopping in. If these guys are just gonna... Okay, if these guys are just gonna turn and take away our broadside shot right when we go for it, is there a map you really recommend getting? Of everything, I really think Rebensuli Coast is a great investment. There's so many species there. It does tend to produce... Hey, it's raining. A lot of diamonds. So, I think... balance of everything, big game, small game, waterfowl, upland birds, it's a great map for all that stuff. We do have a leucistic roo, yes. The, second kill we got after release was a female leucistic roo. What's up, Joe? Weekend was good. What happened Saturday? Saturday was... Oh. Saturday, Kyla killed her super rare fallow, so if you haven't checked out that video, it's on her channel right now. You guys can go and give that a look. I was at a family wedding, and Kyla was gonna go, but she was sick. So, the venue was this super... It was like an old farm that was kind of turned into a wedding venue. And it was kind of, way back, out away from everything. Very little service. So, I had no idea it happened until basically I got home. So that was going on, and then yesterday I was at my parents' most of the day. Moved a cell cam to the scrape where the bladed 9 showed up last year, so I'm just, anxiously awaiting every photo that shows up. Literally, I don't know, 2 hours after I got it there were 2 bucks visiting it, so I'm big hype for all that. It's just pouring here, wind whipping and everything. It's for once raining straight down here. It's been raining sideways for 2 weeks straight. But, I was just out with Shadow 15 minutes ago. I walked around, ate some raspberries. Now we're here. I've not gotten the Diamond Saltwater Croc. Between early access and the live game here, we've been trolled 3 times. 2 in single player, possibly in the same stream. No, one was a stream, one was a video. I think it was right down in here and then up there. But we've killed a bunch. So we're going to run through here. We're going to literally kill as many as we possibly can. Great start with that one fleeing before we hit it. And we'll see what happens. Cell cams are so nice. Especially, you start to get... You're in the same situation. You start to get multiple properties that you're hunting. I've got my property here and then at Dad's place. I can't be there all the time to check cameras and make sure batteries and stuff are good. So to have a cell cam there, I can have an idea what's going on there, and I've got my cameras here to check. I think I'm on 4 or 5 maybe croc trolls. It's no surprise because this map is this map. I call it Emerald Trolls for a reason. However, I find that a lot of people get legendary crocs that make diamond. So maybe we've just had some bad luck. I don't think they're as bad as, let's say, kangaroos would be the most obvious example, or maybe rooster deer could be worse. I don't think crocs are on that level, but they're up there. Kyla's channel, she has it linked there in chat. It looks fine. It shows fine for me. That might be mobile. Killed 2 trolls, 1 diamond. That seems to be about the rate. I think it's 60-40 or thereabouts for most new Emerald Coast species trolls versus diamonds. That guy is aggressive, which is just going to benefit our whole situation here. Got a diamond croc a couple days ago. I'm seeing so many posted, like, from multiplayer and stuff. I really want one. I want to do the multi-mount mainly, but I also want a rare one because what I would love to do is get a rare gold croc and put it, like, opposite our rare gold alligator. Okay, those are females. Did we get that guy okay? We did. Just gonna hit him again. This is chaos. What's up, Casey? How's it going, man? I need to mod you, by the way. Not that I can't see you when you're green, but it would be simpler if ever you're not green. I've gotten 2 pies and 1 albino for my fallow grind. All male, not bad. I've lost track of rares. I never did keep track of rares with this particular grind because there were so many albinos, but... Sorry, so many piebalds. Albinos have come much more infrequently, and I still don't have a mela. 4,600 kills, no melas. What's up, Trenton? Thank you for the super chat. Got a diamond croc, 7 for 7 on troll kangaroos. That does sound like kangaroos, unfortunately. Are you hunting like multiplayer, single player? I was going to say hopefully the next one makes it, but if you're less grinding and more in multiplayer, you never know what you'll run into. Croc in the menu, that's what we're going to start with. I think we're going to go through croc territory. Probably will hunt for roos because I still want another diamond or rare for the multi-mount. And then, depending on how much time is left, I do want to go after Sandbar and Rusa. Got an albino croc yesterday. Those are really cool. I love the rares. I don't know which is my favorite because the albinos look amazing. That light brown variant just... It kills me that they called it that because you don't read light brown and go, oh, that was a rare. But they look almost like the sun gator from Red Dead Redemption. I know they're not gators, but similar kind of vibe. $13 diamonds and multiple rares on Fallow. 6,700 so far on the ground. That's not too bad. Diamond every, what, 50 kills nearly? Messed up a max score, max weight, and got screwed over. What's that, Crocs? It's not hard to do. Like I said, I think people kind of maybe didn't... I don't know if yours was aggressive when you messed it up, but I think a lot of people didn't like that you could just spook them off with the 22. But I think that adds an element of difficulty to it. I really do. First kangaroo I saw was an albino. That seemed to be, albinos and level 9s and stuff seem to be a common trend, like, first roost spotted for people. But even at that, I think leucistics are a little more common, but melas and albinos, they seem like legit rares. Can we sneak out here and cut this guy off? I don't think we can. 578 with 10 diamonds, 6 trolls, and 2 rares, not too bad. I actually don't know how many diamonds we have either. I've taxed them all. So I'm gonna count them eventually, but it's getting to be a pretty hefty total. Still want to hunt these with a longbow? That's a good idea. Because I think you get the aggressive ones. They're actually a little challenging to sneak up on, but they go aggressive so much you should be able to have a really good time with that. An emerald kills for me so far, 2 troll crocs, a troll goat, a troll roo, and finally a diamond banteng. The one that does tend to make diamond. Has anybody killed a troll banteng? I feel like those probably don't exist just because level 4s make it so much. Aggressive? Decent one. That's a female. It's so... I don't know. I feel like I have an easier time differentiating male and female gators versus male-female crocs, but it's probably because when they're almost running at you like that, the size maybe isn't as obvious. You're more worried about making the shot. Any level 4 with the chance is what I call a troll. Fair enough. You saying they make it a lot? I'm still proud of my one. Apparently they don't troll the ruse troll more to make up for it. Yeah, literally, dude. They've got a couple of things. I think the quail control, because mine was really close. Is anything else basically a guarantee other than banteng? I'm feeling like something is. Oh, I'm thinking of hog deer, but they're hardly a guarantee. It's just that level 4s can make it too. They make it a decent amount, but not too crazy. I would definitely say there's things out there with crazier diamond rates. Got a diamond banteng so far and many trolls. Emerald trollst, that's all I can say. Axis deer? they're more or less a guarantee. I was thinking a new species, but that's a fair point. Access deer, for the most part, always make it. Level 1 albino fallow? That must have been prior to this update, right? Because now it seems the smallest of fallows are like 40, 50 score, something like that. Maybe even a little higher. That was deeper than I thought it was going to be. Hello? There's somebody here. Just don't... Oh, I thought I saw movement. Could have been that one, I guess, too. I don't know. We will yeet some shots and see what happens. Michelin Man, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate it. I got my great one Fallow last night. Nice, man. Fabled Hooded Fur with a 271.9 scoring Irish Elk-Crack. Nice, dude. If I can get mine, I know yours is right on the corner. Keep up the great work. I will definitely do my best, man. I'm hoping it's this week. I really am. We're going to be a little busy this week. Not like terribly busy, but tomorrow's July 4th, so we're going to be at my parents' at least in the evening having like a cookout, so I'll lose some time. Like Tuesday is a good grinding day for me typically. And then I think Thursday I got to go up and finally transfer the title from my old truck to my dad, so a couple things going on, but nothing too wild. Linda, thank you for the super chat as well. Thanks for great guide videos. Learned so much from them. My pleasure. It's one of my like favorite things is to make content that people find useful as far as learning how to play the games. Speaking of that, anybody out there that is, you know, maybe looking into the Hunter Classic, that has looked into the Hunter Classic, has tried the Hunter Classic and didn't know how to play it, I can't promise it's going to be tomorrow because I got to edit it yet, and I may decide I got to add some stuff to it, but I am finally doing a Classic guide. I don't even know how I feel about it yet. I spent like 2.5 hours recording it. I feel like there's a ton of information there, and like I said, when I go to edit it, there's going to have to be stuff I put on screen, and we'll just see how it looks from there. But I'm super excited. I know people have wanted that for forever, and I really hope it can, you know, help people kind of get into that game too, because it's so good. It always kills me. Like, I think it was Zach told me, one of the DD's mods told me, there was like a TikTok out there that called Classic the Wish version of Call the Wild. I'm like, man, you don't even know. Classic is just so good. May have to start playing? Dude, I'd 100% give it a try. Will you die already? Okay, but what if you died? Anyway, Bryce, thank you for the super chat, 950 by the way. Hotspots for landed Magpie. I only seem to find geese in the air, but they never land in their zones. Keep the great content coming. I'll definitely do my best, man. So the landed Magpie can be tough, and it's because of the crocs. There's a few things you can do about that, though. The first thing is, I will say I had pretty decent success in both of these places with my Magpie landing. A way to semi-ensure that your Magpies are going to land is put a tent there and fast travel to it. Because remember, if you're doing any kind of grind, right? You put your tent more than 200 meters away from the zone so that the animals actually spawn in. Otherwise, they're just going to be invisible. And it's not even they're invisible. They like, don't spawn. So, if you use that same logic with crocs, fast travel to your tent where your Magpie setup is, there aren't going to be any crocs that spawn within 200 meters of you. So for the most part, your Magpies are going to be able to land there. That's something, I can't even remember who told me that. Someone in a stream chat, so I'm not taking credit for that idea. But it occurred to me that that's probably the best thing to do is fast travel to your tents. And that's probably why I haven't had too many issues with the Magpies landing, because I have just had the tents there. That's 100% the way to do it. You can also, while you're sitting there, like you could fire up an ATV and spook all the crocs off, but eventually they're going to come back. So I think you're best off just fast traveling in. You can do both. Fast travel in and spook the ones at 400 meters with your ATV. I had one KC, I was in multiplayer. I think we were in a voice chat, and I actually spotted a leucistic one. It was kind of small, so I was like, I'll record it if I find it. And I saw the flock go to land. They were, you know, somewhere out close to the deeper part of the water. Oh, like this. Just like this. And, I don't know, the leucistic wasn't in there. But, yeah. He has about a hotspot. Apparently this can work right here. None of them are even remotely decent, and we're not going to wait for them to float, so maybe we'll come back here. The Hollow Ground, thank you for the super chat as well. Emerald Trolls has been rough this week. 4 Troll Kangaroos, a Troll Goat, and 2 Troll Crocs. That is rough. I just, like, I'm okay with the rate of diamonds, but I do wish they weren't max level as much. I've explained it before, but if you look at it, like, it used to be like a top 5% thing. An easy way to look at it, back in the old days, score and weight almost perfectly correlated with diamonds. So if you had a 95 kg whitetail, it would score in the area of like 95% of the max, 950, barely a diamond. If you had a 97 kg whitetail, would score around 970, 97% of the max, etc. For most species, diamond was around that top 5% area. If you look at like a rooster deer, they max at 172 kilo. You need like about 170 to even make diamond. I don't know what the percentage of that is, but it is way less than 5%. Troll tax? Got ourselves a YouTube hype train? I'm waiting for YouTube to introduce something like that, because they do tend to follow what Twitch does. It goes the other way too. I think Twitch has something very similar to a super chat now. The white fallow look amazing. They're one of my absolute favorites. I've got a couple of pretty cool fallow kills that I'm eventually going to get into a video. I don't know how to do it just yet because other than like just dropping a compilation of big male fallow, which maybe is what I should do, it's more than one thing. Like a lot of times with the moose grind, right? If I did a moose grinding video, typically I'd have a diamond or a rare or something from the previous week of grinding. There's like 4 or 5 significant fallow that I want to put in a video. So I don't know whether to just wait for a great one and then do like a here's the rest of the cool stuff, or I have no idea. Making it easier to raid to be cool? They added some kind of raid thing, didn't they? I've never messed with it. I want to Mel a Magpie so bad. I can't believe Mel got that one in early access. I thought getting the leucistic was crazy. I'm thinking they're not terribly rare, like as far as Magpie rares go. But then there's the fireballs too, and I'm guessing maybe no albinos? Has anybody killed an albino Magpie? My rooster's max weight, max score? Do they have a max score? Man, that looked funny. I think he's common. Does Rooster have a max score? I think it's just an olive, I don't know. Just me and my dogs, what's going on? Been constantly burnt out and alert with the puppy. Your streams have been my lifeline for relaxation. Well, I'm glad to help with that, because I totally get it. When, especially as soon as you get a puppy and all of a sudden everything's about making sure they're taken care of. A lot less, free time. I'm pretty much with you, Casey. I mean, I want one of every diamond too, but the rare crocs are just incredible. They really are. Angelic Crusader, thank you for the super chat. 10 for you and 10 for Kyla for her super rare diamond. Make sure to send that her way. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. It's a rough life out here, you know. I was supposed to be the best Call WoW player in this household. Not the case. Shadow might have me beat too, I don't know. Hey! You didn't have to agree with that. Oh, I got you, had you. I've been confused, because the whole new harvest screen thing threw me off, and for a little bit I didn't even think Banteng had true racks, so I can believe it. Are light brown crocs rare? Yes, light brown are rare, dark brown are common. It is really a less than ideal naming situation for that one. I do believe, I can't remember where I was, but I think I have a small piebald magpie on this map somewhere, so I'm trying to spot for that too. It might have been up here. I don't know where I was, to be honest. Mel, thank you for the 22 months. Welcome back. How's things going? Have you had your video out, by the way? I don't know what the current situation is there. Make a guide for me. Better than me making a guide. How do we get a mating call like 500 meters away? Making it live now? Nice. You guys, you might want to also check out Mel's upcoming video. Something else? Yeah, I can almost spot a thing. Oh, Alright, well that can stay there. How many kills are you in on your Great One Fallow? 4,619 is my current number, and that's why we're here on Emerald Coast. I needed a break. I feel like, you know, maybe we're kind of getting somewhere. I shot quite a lot of diamonds, some pretty, no super rares, just to be clear, but some pretty sweet diamonds. Ones that I don't think I'll be replacing, but no such great ones. Ended up getting 2 diamond crocs after buying this map. One scored at 1068, not too bad. 4 level 5 roosts, all were trolls, 3 were guaranteed. I think I'm at 3 counting early access, though 2 of them were in one stream. And then 1 was in a video. There's some more Magpie landing. But anyway, 2 or 3 of mine were guaranteed as well. I'm less worried about getting the rest of the dimes on EC now that I have the 3 new deer. You got all 3? That's awesome, man. I have still not even seen a max estimate hog deer. Sorry, max level hog deer. Where is that? I don't think it was even down here. The thing is, I do get the impression that magpies are more common for rares and diamonds than Reventuli geese, so probably still worth looking. So where was that one that we... Oh, that was up there by our decoys. Make sure there's nothing crazy there. Alright, we're going to swing up towards the beach. Mel's first took 4,400? It did indeed. There was some twinning going on in this general vicinity, so last night I decided to grind until I got to where Mel's Great One showed up, because I figured maybe I'd have that kind of luck. I legitimately had the worst run. Like, I mean, not a big 4, maybe a 200 in there somewhere. It was just pathetic. Since, like, this morning, things have rebounded a little bit. It got a little better, but I guess that means I killed almost 200 this morning. Hog deer are tough. They seem to be, you know, pretty legitimately rare. People that have been hunting a lot of multiplayer are kind of getting them, but you can expect that too. They're that one species that drinks at that time of day that it feels like a bunch of multiplayer servers are at. I don't know why it is, but I see so many multiplayer servers that are early afternoon. So hog deer are drinking. That's what people that are, you know, searching for diamonds out there are going to go do. Just got an albino croc. Snowman got your first diamond today. Nice, man. Congrats. I don't know if I've gone this way, so there could be who knows what sitting out here. Close to 3k kills into my second Great One Fallow. Kyla's probably getting in that area too. Your second Great One Fallow grind? Hard life out here having a super rare and a great one. Got my Great One Fallow today after only 260 kills. That's the thing that gets me with the Fallow. There's so many sub 500 kill grinds, and I'm just like, yep, 4,500, that's fine. Got drawn to go coos deer hunting, only my second time in 6 years. Am I crazy, or is that actually still relatively lucky to get drawn twice in 6 years? That's awesome, man. I was just messing around and I spotted it and my heart rate skyrocketed. I can only imagine. How many great ones do you have? Just the 2. 1 whitetail, 1 red deer. Over 5,000 and still empty? It's funny how that works. Like, I go back to, I think great ones, kind of the same thing applies with the theory that I've had since like 2018 or something, where certain individuals have better luck with certain species. Like, you know, on one hand, there's a couple people that are nearing their second Great One Huddle Fallow multi-mount already, with way less kills than I have, and I don't have a single one. And I'm not saying, like, you know, I'm not here being big mad or whatever. I'm not trying to compare grinds is what I'm saying, but there must be some level of better luck there, obviously, to have that many great ones show in that amount of kills. So hopefully one day they release a species that I have good luck for, because I don't know that I've had good luck for, I mean, whitetail kinda? I still had a very average grind. But I've never had like a, wow, that was quick type of grind. Get out of here. I don't want to shoot that one because we have a max estimate track, and if we shoot, what will happen is we will potentially spook him into the water. Just got a Melanotic mountain goat. That's awesome. They're one of my absolute favorite rares. You're not it. The tracks have kind of just stopped. That one's fleeing, wherever he is. No, that one's not. That could have been the female that was attacking us that's fleeing. I don't know. I think, for one, it could have already spooked. I think we smoked a root there the first time. Maybe shooting will kind of stir stuff up. Oh, I saw another one. Not that. What's he doing? He's over there. He's doing a really good job of staying where I can't spot him. That's also not it. Well, probably in that amount of time, if it was out here, it's gone. How do we get over there? Probably this way. What's up, Zach? Got one over a great one except the red deer? You think I should go for it and another fallow? I'd go for red deer, personally. If you got one of everything, if it was like one of everything except bears, I'd probably tell you to go for fallow, but if you've got a bear already, I'd get the red deer. Haven't seen you playing much Way the Hunter. I am planning on getting back into it probably end of this week. I think I'm gonna, I don't know when, because obviously I'm trying to grind for a great one fallow too, but what I want to do is try to age our Melanotic mule deer buck midnight up to, you know, time to shoot him, and maybe finally take him. And then the other thing, that sounded like a croc that just opened the water. The other thing eventually is I want to get back to those bison on Aurora Shores, because we had like 3 potential 5-stars, and they've changed the aging now too, so wouldn't be shocked if I accidentally have them die of old age. Get out of here. There was one that was spooking somewhere. Don't see it. What gun? For the Crocs, I'm using the 338. Why? It was the one that was in my inventory. To be honest, I'd probably go with 300 typically, but it's doing a good job. I like that 22 strat revamped, like the warning shot almost. That's like one of my favorite things. I don't know if I came up with that. I probably didn't, but I still really enjoy using it. Have you found that gators are as aggressive as crocs are? I have not hunted gators since the changes, to be honest. That I do not know. What is your main loadout? I did a video on what I consider the best loadout for, you know, Call of the Wild in 2023. And I believe the exact loadout was 16 gauge shotgun, that you could replace that with a 12 gauge. The 7mm bolt action, the 243 handgun, and either the 22 Virant or the 22 AR. You could, you know, choose your favorite. The thing about the Virant is it's got a 10 round capacity, and when it comes to shooting a, you know, level 5 goose, a rare goose, or something that's like way in the distance, the more rounds you can fling at it, probably the better. What's up, Tux? How's it going, man? How many diamonds on EC? I think, well, do I have any repeats? I don't think so. I think 4. Stubble Quail, Banteng, Roo, and Magpie. We had 2 level 5 Magpies, but 1 troll, so I'm pretty sure it's just the 4. That looks like a male. Oh! Thank goodness we made that shot. I'm pretty sure that was a guarantee. What on earth? That was a huge one. It's max weight. It was almost max score. It's the variation I wanted too. Never has it been better to not realize what I was shooting because I totally would have panicked and probably screwed it up. Double smoked it too. Left lung and then neck. Literally just perpetuating the fact that we never get max weight diamonds that are also max score. That was epic. That was pretty cool, not gonna lie. That was pretty sweet. Charged by a legendary croc. Shot at 7 meters. I literally, like, it was... As I shot, maybe, that I realized it. I want to go back. I'll probably make it into a clip or something for the Clips channel. I gotta get that going again, too. Fallow grinding is just put a damper on everything. But I felt like I didn't know it until I already pulled the trigger. I know Billy was, like, legit immediate. I wonder if that's the one we had the track of. Could have been. Alright. Well, I say we keep going, because we might as well look for a rare. But maybe we won't run all the way up the beach? Can I get a big male? That was nuts. So I think it was release day stream, early in the morning kind of too. We ran through this area. It's actually down here. We had a troll croc go aggressive, and I kind of like semi-freaked out over that. I like this reaction way better of just not knowing what it was. How many kills in the fallow grind? 4,619. This is the first grind I've ever counted, like, legit kill by kill. I've always counted based on number of, like, runs in the past, but with this one, I think it's because I've just done more fallow grinding. I've just paid more attention to the total kills. Might as well look for a rare, what a bar. Well, I had planned on going all the way up there anyway. We could go and chase roos and stuff too, but somebody asked how many diamonds I have on Emerald Coast. The answer is now 5. I want to see something. Okay, so there's a theory out there that there's kind of like a charging animation from the water that does more damage. I don't know if that was it, but I'm trying to get it to happen. Think you need a rare banteng? Dude, I'd love one. I would love to get one. I check. When I'm in multiplayer, I'm checking more banteng zones than I probably let on in videos. Not because I'm trying to hide anything, but just because... I don't know, can I do very much banteng hunting in a video that's interesting? They're kind of just cows. They look amazing, don't get me wrong, I love them. But, after like the 12th level 4 banteng, is it interesting anymore? Wait a minute, you have a mellow gold? I think I did know that. Have I seen it though? I don't know if I've seen it. Variable damage attacks? I don't know if Graves is in here, but he was the one that was telling me about it. He said it was like specifically when they came out of the water, like charging from the water. Oh, Jacob, that is like the coolest rack too. I don't mind what I end up getting. I'll tell you what too. Bree got one. We should link her channel as well, that'd be a good idea. But, it was the painted with the big typical rack. That's the only one of it I've seen. And the painted saw blade, there's not been very many. They are just incredible looking. Didn't realize until I mess up the shot and he went aggressive. Oh, of course, because you're hunting at night, right? Dude, I had a little bit of a panic earlier. And I'll circle back around to where we are with the banteng here. So, if you watched Kyla's super rare fallow video, and I won't even tell you what super rare it was. If you want to go and check it out, it's out on her channel right now. She spots it, and it's a max estimate of whatever score. A pretty low max estimate, because a lot of times rare animals score at the max end of their estimate. And it ended up doing that. I shot a diamond fallow earlier. I just shot it in the back of the head. Well, in the back of the neck. Did I end up screwing it up? I think I got it. I don't remember. But, I realized right after I shot it that it maxed at like 252. And I thought I just like screwed up a super rare. Nope. Just a common. But anyway. It was kind of like back in the day, a lot of people would screw up melanistic red deer with the 300 on Tay, grinding for Great One red deer. Because you just can't tell at night. Especially banteng, they're dark already. So I thought it was a 5 till I seen the 10 fabled. I feel like with the saw blade you can make that mistake for sure. The rest I would like to say are probably fairly obvious, but I could totally see the saw blade like not immediately standing out. That's not what I wanted. What do we even shoot that with? The 30-06? Just gonna make sure he dies. Kyla's super was amazing on the walk too. She literally, the amount of heart attacks I've had watching her shoot things. Do you have any like full-length videos for your Red Deer? You don't, huh? It's just in the trailer.
No, I never posted them. I mean, I have them recorded. I just never...
Oh. Don't mind me shooting an already dead crocodile. Got some cool pictures of them. That is neat, man. Just got a level 9, 22.8 troll black bear. Aren't 22.8 diamond? What's up, OB? I deleted the light brown croc because I didn't know it was a rare at the time. So that's where that whole thing comes in of like, should they indicate that something's a rare? Because I've made this specifically with the crocs before. I've made this case like, for almost any species, if you know two things about Call of the Wild. If it says albino melanistic piebald, you probably know it's a rare. If it says light brown for a croc, you can be an absolute pro and have no idea that that's a rare. Like, I hate the naming of it. When's your next hunt in real life? Provided that we don't come up with some kind of thing to do over the summer, which I don't think we will. Let's see if we get that animation this time. Nope. Anyway, I think the plan is going to be like middle of September in Kentucky. I'm really excited for that too. I'm hoping. I don't know how all the moving parts are going to end up, but as you guys know, we have some stuff going on with Tethered, the tree saddle company. I think we're going to be working with them, and I might get a chance to hunt from a saddle down there. That would make my life 100 times easier when it comes to hunting public land and self-filming, so I'm really excited to get into that too. Change the name to like beige? I think you could call it like... They'd have to come up with a new name, but something like the Sun Gator again is what I think of in Red Dead Redemption. Some kind of... maybe bright? There's bright capercaillie and stuff, they're an uncommon, but still. Do you live in Kentucky? No, I live in Pennsylvania. Born and raised. But, Kentucky happens to be a relatively central / close place for myself, Aaron, and Will to all get to and hunt together. So, we're hoping to get to do that. I think, potentially, all of us are going to get to film, at least in some capacity. That's what I'm thinking, Bottom Boy. I mean... You and Aaron both are probably considerably more capable of doing that than I am. My small frame. I used to do it when I was like 14. I used to pack a climber around, but factor in the filming gear and stuff, that gets a little tougher. Yeah, that's new, isn't it, Billy? You're in Central PA? I'm West Central PA. We're not too far away. Yeah, blonde can kind of work. Hanover PA. Nice. Where is this on the map? This is just the eastern coast of the map. The easiest place to hunt crocs by far. They just, you know, they lay out on the beaches stunning themselves, and it is not at all difficult to encounter them. I say we check out what's going on with these couple, and then we'll go chase roos. We got a little extra time to do that since we ended up smoking the diamond croc. I am 25, Mr. Hotshot. No lie, if I don't lose 10 pounds, I'm still going to be pushing the limits on my summit. If you carry it up and down in the heat that we're most likely going to have in September, you'll lose 10 pounds by the end of the trip. I feel like I need to drop about 10 pounds. I've not been the healthiest eater this summer. And spring. And winter. Smoked. Is the 7mm the best rifle for big game? Probably the 300 or the 338 is going to be a better option, but the 7mm is a fantastic option. Oh, you're really close to me, Drew. Been in Altoona many a time. doing the standard 2-hour stream? I think so. It is hot here. I considered going for extra time. Maybe we end up doing it, but I've explained the whole... Hey, there's a nice one. The whole thing before. If we have the air on, it's kind of loud and noisy and obnoxious. So I don't have the air on during streams. And then I die. Been watching your YouTube videos. I used to watch you 3 years ago, but stopped playing and just got back into it. Finally caught you live. Well, I'm glad you could stop by, man. And I would say it's a pretty good time to get back into the game with the new map here. The addition of, well, since you've played quite a few new great ones, Fallow being the most recent one, and a lot of people are having good success with them. Good time to get back into the game. That thing is going to go forever. We made a lung shot. Oh, he's way over there. Okay, we'll just run back, we'll claim him, and we'll go chase some roos. We could have gone at least 10 or 20 more minutes till we got all the way up, but we got what we came here for. Just spotted what I think is a piebald croc. There you go. Do you have a diamond saltwater croc yet? We literally just killed one like, what, 10 minutes ago? 15 minutes ago? It was super cool. It charged us. I didn't know it was a 9 until like the moment I pulled the trigger. And just thank goodness I happened to... I think we double lunged it the first time and then next shot it the second time. It had no chance, but it could have been real bad since I didn't know that it was in fact a level 9. Sometimes it's better that way. 0.24 away from the diamond banteng. I'm assuming that's a level 4, right? Can level 4 magpies make diamond? I doubt it, but I don't know. Have you been to Huntington, PA? I've been through it. I can't say for certain that I've, like, you know, exited the vehicle and done anything in Huntington. Ooh, nice, Maximus. I'm confused about the ones here. I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, one of the things I did yesterday was moved a cell cam. I don't know how I didn't know this, I'm not sure. But my dad and my brother each have a cell cam now, too. So we each have one of the Tacticam reveals. They got, my dad one for Father's Day, I think, last year. I bought one last year because I thought it was really cool. Then my brother got one for his birthday this past spring. For whatever reason, neither one of them put it at the scrape where the bladed 9, like, literally the target buck on the property showed up last year. And I just found that out, like, a week ago or so, and I was like, oh. Alright, well, I'll put mine there then. I don't know why we're not doing that, so I moved it. $2 on camera within like 2 hours hitting that scrape. Neither one of them were him, but one would probably be 100 inches or something like that. At our place, though, I just don't know what's going on. I feel like maybe they just grow slower. Because I've got one that looks like he's 4 years old. He's got crazy massive bases. He's got a little sticker growing at the base. Like, this is not a small deer. But his growth so far, he's just getting to where his G2's splitting off. So you'd think he's not going to be very big. I don't know what it's going to be. Tell me if you see my comment. I do, in fact, see your comment. Pike, thank you for the 2 months. Welcome back. Appreciate that. I like your logo as well. Rip banteng pics. They should still be on your PC, though. It is a gigantic pain. The file path to Steam screenshots is not the easiest to find, but if you look it up, you should be able to find your way there. Hey, Slay, what's going on, man? Thank you for the super chat. I don't know about you, but I'm sitting at about 4,500 kills and 13 piebalds, 14 trolls, and 12 diamonds. Dude, the diamond number there's big sad. I'm in the same area. I'm at 4619. I don't know my number of rares or trolls. I actually don't know my diamonds either. It's probably above 40, though. I thought there was a chance this was going to be a Taylor Swift song. I really did. Just got into this game with the sale and got 2 diamond moose in the first day. Didn't know what that meant until my friend, especially moose, man. That's like really good luck. Not only because, A, like you made the shots. As a beginner, I'm assuming you had some kind of decent weapon. You had to have, but even still, that's not something that everybody would have accomplished. I messed up my first bunch of diamond moose. Now, to be fair, I also didn't know what it was, so that was partly why I screwed it up, but maybe the more impressive thing is the fact that they just made diamond. Moose have a terrible tendency to troll. What's up, Quartz? Killed the smallest piebald fallow, Hall of Shame worthy. Nice. Where's the giant groups to send 12 of them aggressive after us? Where actually are we? Okay. Have a hard time finding a diamond raccoon in Mississippi. Maybe New England would be better. I kind of think New England is better, actually. It may be because that's the map I more recently got a diamond raccoon on, but, I feel like I just see more. Like around the fields and stuff like that, lots of max estimate tracks too, mostly fours. But I do find way more 10 to 13 kilo tracks on New England than I do on Mississippi. That's for certain. Oh, really, bottom boy? I got one 300 plus moose, it was 300.4, and I botched it? Oh, that's big unfortunate. Are you moose grinding, or like, have you moose grinded before? 600 people, holy, I appreciate you guys stopping in today. Where are you hunting? We are right now down in the Dry Bone Plateau. We started our hunt running through the swamp, killed a monster diamond croc. At like 7 meters, it was aggressive. It was actually one of the cooler encounters we've had on this map so far. So now we're chasing roos. We're going to look for a diamond roost. So basically what we've done is we've completed the multi-mount I wanted for the magpie geese. We've got a diamond magpie, got a diamond croc. We already have one diamond root for multiplayer. If we can get a second one, that would complete that mount, so that's going to be the current goal. Kill count for the fallow grind of 4,619. That's why we're on Emerald Coast today. I am in need of a bit of a break. Something looked... I thought I saw something white. Maybe it was just the underbelly. Is underbelly the appropriate term? I don't know. Hope you get a Mela or albino roo. Well, thank you, man. That would be, honestly, even more so than a diamond. That would be the dream. I don't know what's more likely either. The way they troll. A rare gold may be more likely. How are they all the way out? They must have been moving. That's the one that we shot. He's doing great. Okay, that was pretty cool. That tumble animation was pretty solid. Have you realized leucistic roos aren't that rare? That's my impression anyway. Like, I only have one. I've seen hundreds of kangaroos between single player, multiplayer, and my time in early access. But I've seen dozens of leucistics posted, so I gotta assume they're more common than your typical leucistic. Best spots for the saltwater crocs, the easiest place to hunt them is along the beach in the north. This whole area, see all this hunting pressure? That's where you can hunt them the most, you know, effectively. This part of the mangrove swamps, though, that's where the most crocs are. Now, there's a ton on the beach, too. But on the beach, they're kind of just, it's almost like stacked, like one here, one here, one here, one here. They're one by one. In here, they're just in bunches. Why do you have a random dark spot? Why do I have a random dark spot? Am I missing something? I don't think so. It's like there's the outpost or something I don't have. Huh. That is weird. I guess I'll have to go through there. Getting 1100 diamond croc. Is that max score? It is indeed. Double flesh. What a sniper I am. I don't know what just happened down there. I love your videos. Well, thank you. How'd you unlock the whole map? Other than that random dark spot, if you get all of the lookout points, it does unlock the entire map that way. Can't have that? We'll go up there. We'll fix it. We got chase the roos for a little bit, but there could be some roost sun stuff up there. Imagine there's a diamond in there. Do you have $271 million in the bank? $27 million. It is the product of a lot of the fallow grind lately. That's been several million, but the product of 61,000 harvests over the course of 6,400 hours. We're gonna, if this fallow grind keeps up, because it's different than moose grinding and stuff. With fallow grinding, you can kill so many an hour. Like, it really starts to increase your average. I'd like to do the math. 6,000 hours, 60,000 kills. Yeah, it's almost 10 kills an hour, which I know doesn't sound fast, but when you're doing multiplayer and stuff all the time, 10 kills an hour is not terrible. Let's shoot that one. Actually, let's get that one. He'll probably hear that, or not. He's chilling. Well, that was kind of odd. Just go to Diamond Banteng? Nice, man. Congrats. And Douglas got a Diamond Javanarusa. Dude, I'm so jealous of that. They look incredible. That's one to display prominently in the lodge for sure. Never thought the hardest part of my croc multi-mount would be the Magpie. Got an albino and a diamond croc, but nothing for the geese. See, I personally would have thought the Magpie would be the hardest part. And for me, you know, I ended up killing a diamond Magpie like day 2 or something. The crocs ended up being tougher for me. Although my perception of geese may be shaped by how awful our Reventuli goose look. How did we miss all those? A couple of those felt like they should have hit. Whoa, hello. You mind? Mine hits harder. Anyway, why don't you use the big scope? That's the only one I use. I used it for a long time. I still actually prefer to use it. The reason I don't use it in content and stuff is because it has a bit of a jitter to it, and it can just be a little bit annoying to watch. So, Hyperion doesn't really have the jitter. Makes it a little smoother to view anyway. Where's the Glock when you need it? I should have brought it. I didn't think of it. Favorite of the 2 starter maps? Latent Lakes by far. Latent has always been... From the very beginning, it's been my favorite map. I mean, there's a nostalgia factor now when I say it's my favorite map, but even, you know, when there were 2 options, Latent and Hirschfeld. When there were 3 options, Latent, Hirschfeld, and Medved. Verhunga probably was my favorite for a time there, but part of that was, you know, the newness of everything that was there and the kind of exoticness, at least to me, of the African game species, but Layton's 100% my favorite. Guessing these were the ones that were there. What loadout? We have the 338. That was our croc gun, and I guess is going to be our banteng gun if we see any more. Not 7 mil. What is this? 30-06 actually. I couldn't even remember. Then we have the 22-250 and the 22. What console or PC do you play on? Well, is saying that I play on PC an answer, or do you want, like, what type of PC I have? There's the link to Mel's first ever super rare. Kyla has it in chat if you guys want to check it out. Are you live on Twitch? I am not. I'm pretty sure Twitch partners, unless you have a special contract, basically, can't stream both on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. So we're just on the tubes today. We do a little bit of both. We stream, depending on how many extra, like, fallow grind streams we do on YouTube, typically 1 day a week on YouTube and 3 days a week on Twitch. Well, Mike, this is the Blue Yeti. I've had this thing for, I bet, 5 years. Like, it's kind of getting old, but it does a great job. The only problem I have with it, and I don't think it's the mic, I think it's like OBS or my PC. Every now and then when I'm recording, I get little bits to cut out. You guys have probably heard that in videos. Every now and then, it happens and somebody comments like, oh, I see where you edited audio. And I'm like, no, that's just my mic being bad. If I edit audio, not trying to brag, but if I edit audio, usually you can't tell. Which you would think I would then edit it when it cuts out, but that feels inauthentic. Yesterday got an albino and a diamond banteng. Nice! The albino banteng are, like, I think, maybe outside of rare roos, and I don't even know for sure if rare roos top them. They're like the most sought after rare. Thank you. I do have a skill issue. What's a big diamond fallow? It seems like 270 is kind of the upper end now. Used to be obviously close to 276. Was about as big as they get, but maybe 271, 272, somewhere in there. This is another group of them. Any big males or rares? I gotta think we haven't seen every roo on this map yet. Just because, like I said at the beginning, we spent a lot of time in multiplayer so far. Let's do our little... I'm going to back this up a little bit. Give him a warning shot. One of them's aggressive or something. I hear something to our left. We almost just shot this. Listen, sir. I can do it too, you know. Yeah, not sure what to do now, are you? Oh, what a shot. That was a bit of a whiff. Dream rares right now? Do I include, like, score? Because it's different. I'll come back to that in a second, because I don't want to let the super chat go off screen where I can't see it. Bryce, thank you again. Really appreciate it. Am I crazy, or would you or anyone love to see pythons like an Everglades reserve? I go crazy for a cool python around a gator multi-mount. I don't know if I would like to hunt them, mostly because it would probably creep me out, but I think that'd be an amazing multi-mount, so if they added them, I'd go for it. A legendary python? Maybe I would like to see that. That'd be kind of cool. If they attack, it might creep me out. Anyway, dream rare question. If it's just like a rare, my answer is probably going to be different than like, you know, I want a diamond leucistic sandbar or something like that. I think that's my dream super rare at the moment. Dream rare? Dang, man, it might be a piebald rusa. They look amazing. Or an albino rusa? Lots of big ones, just none quite big enough. I haven't shot one that then went aggressive yet. That was kind of cool. Not quite gonna make it here. He was dead for a long time with that animation. Still no Hall of Shame ruse. Python would absolutely have to have true size. I would agree with you, but I also would have felt that gators and crocs should have. I haven't done the mission tux. I have been told that they're not great. So, I don't know if I will. Paparusa don't look amazing when it says 5, but it also says gold. Yeah, that probably looks like pain, to be honest. That's fair. Like I said with the things on this map, it's probably best to just look, every time you walk past that in your trophy lodge, just be like, that was a big 4. You don't need to relive the pain, you know? First time in the grind's a 265 max weight chocolate. I think that was the size of my first big diamond chocolate. Nice, dude. Gonna put all my rares, put all rares in my lodge in one room. What room would you recommend? If you have the Saseka Safari Lodge, the far back room there, it's got the most full body platform. So that's kind of got the best ability to show off the rares fully. Where on the map, Toxic Fox, we're down here like almost dead center of the Dry Bone Plateau, a little bit south of center. I find that down here is one of the best spots for ruse, but we're going to run all the way across. How to decrease rifle recoil. Okay, so there's a couple of things. If we go into perks, I think is it shotguns? Yeah, recoil management. All 3 of these levels increase the effect of how much less recoil you get. And then I think also sword part of it, a little bit different, but this body control, weapon sights align faster after rotating. I don't know what they mean by rotating. I can imagine that being, like, I don't know. Rack another round? I don't know what they mean by that. There's another one somewhere, though. Let me find it. Oh, muscle memory. So maybe that one's about racking another round. Because it increased ready speed after firing. That isn't recoil based necessarily, but it's getting you a faster shot, so if you're talking about less recoil for grinding, that muscle memory is good. I want a honey seed, but also feel like I should continue grinding fallow with this fallow luck. I would say that's a completely fair assessment. Rotating between weapons? Maybe, but I don't know what they mean by like weapon sights align faster, you know? Like, what's it aligning? I never have understood that one, to be 100% honest. I'm assuming it's useful, but I don't know what it means. Anything good yet? We killed a max weight, not max score diamond croc. He actually charged us. We shot him at like 7 meters, and I didn't know he was a diamond about until I pulled the trigger. It kind of worked out better that way, because instead of being like, oh god, that's a 9, make the shot, it was just instinct, shoot it in the lungs, and we were good. After you shoot, the front and rear sights line up quicker? Maybe, I could see that. I still don't know why they called it rotating, though. Maybe that's just, like, a poor word choice. Yeah, aligning iron sights fat, that makes more sense than anything else I can come up with. That felt low, but it got him. You're just gonna stand there. What is an animal that you really want in the hunter that is not already in the game? As far as things that could fit on an already existing map, Dull Sheep on Yukon Valley feels like the most potentially doable, or like Himalayan Tar on Te Awaroa. There was, I don't know if it was like a mistake or something that was cut from the game and they didn't mean to leave the logo, or a hint that never like came to fruition. There was a mission on Te Awaroa where you tracked human tracks. For, you know, if you've done Call the Wild missions, you know this happens for several different missions. For whatever reason, instead of showing the normal, they have like a Homo sapien logo. Instead of that, what looked to be a Himalayan Tar logo would come up. And everybody was like, okay, so they adding tar, like, what's the deal with that? And then it just kind of faded into nothing. I don't know why they didn't do it. Did I miss anything? We did kill a diamond croc. Max weight, not max score. Charged us, shot it at 7 meters. That was one of the cooler croc hunting experiences we've had so far, so we probably would have just wrapped up hunting crocs in the last 5 minutes, but basically we got to scoot out here for roos early, so we've been chasing them for 20 minutes. We are not terribly, what are you doing? We are not terribly far away from going A and chasing deer. Dull Sheep would be awesome. I think, assuming they don't have bighorn horns, because bighorn diamond horns aren't great, I think Dull Sheep could be like a top 10 species people like to hunt at least. They're incredible, like the big diamonds. Sorry, big trophies, what big diamonds would be. Favorite between Sandbar and Rusa? Man, so I love the Rusa antlers way, way more. Rusa, like diamond Rusa, look insane. Now when it comes to variations and stuff, some of the Sandbar, like the light brown Sandbar is like one of my absolute favorites. I think if I had, oh god, I thought that was an albino Roo. I think if I had to pick one, I'd probably go with Russo, but it's not by a lot. You would think by now, because I like those two so much, we'd have a diamond of one of them. And of course we killed the diamond Sandbar in the early access period, but no such luck since release. Can female stubble quail or female bobwhite quail make diamond? Not anymore as far as the bobwhites, and the female stubble quail never had that opportunity. Back in the good old days, aka for like, I don't know, a year after Mississippi came out, bobwhite quail only made diamond as females. You would get level 3 males. It always trolled. It was literally impossible, but they changed it around. And it's kind of a, you know, a cool little kind of legacy thing we have in our trophy lodge is a female diamond bobwhite, but this is one of those things, I talk about, you know, every now and then I get a question like, are you going to hunt for another great one whitetail? And what I'll do is lay out the scenario in which that would have to happen, which is get a great one fallow, go back to moose, get a great one moose, go back to bear, get a great one bear, then whitetail. I still feel pretty confident that we will eventually get a great one fallow. Great one moose, not so much, but should we get one, I do think I'd do the multi-mount with the quail, but I'm dreading ever having to try to find a diamond male bobwhite quail, because we don't have one. Did you notice the hog deer have the roe deer sounds? Yeah, we talked about that on a stream maybe release day stream, and somebody said they looked it up and that actually was relatively accurate. Now, I can't promise that is the case, but someone in the stream said they checked it out, and I believed them. Where do you find magpies? They pretty much are exclusively around the swamps, so any part of the map that kind of looks like this, where you have like the broken up areas of water, that's where you're going to find pretty much all your magpies. Someone in the stream said it is basically scripture. I could have been completely lied to. It could have been one of EW's devs and they're like, oh yeah, that's what they sound like, but I had no reason not to believe them. About just trying to stump a whale with slugs? That's, I mean, not the exact thing, but very similar to what I talked about with the 9.3, the drilling combo gun, and the reason I couldn't recommend it in my loadout, because I was so afraid of someone like accidentally smoking like a diamond stubble quail or magpie with the 9.3 round. Killed my first diamond of the day? Nice. What'd you get? Pumpkins are growing too much. They grow up so fast. I think rooster have the mustier sounds. Now they're different. The rooster deer sounds are pretty accurate. The one thing that I don't know if... So sandbar definitely have some of the same sounds as rusa. I don't know if rusa make any of the sandbar sounds. Because the sandbar are kind of a higher pitched, shorter note, I guess. Where rusa are kind of a drawn out. I don't know that I'd call it a roar, but it's more similar to a red deer roar than any other deer sound. But for whatever reason, they gave the sandbar that sound too. Better combo than watching Flinter and the Cubs beating the Brewers? There you go. Wait a minute. How do we not see that? I guess it was just over the hill? Just keep taking out the diamond fallow on Tamaroa. 4 in 2 days, but still no great one. I feel you, man. It's got to show up eventually. What would you like to be the next great one? I still think... Apparently, Jaxy said that maybe they will go away from the base game only great ones fairly soon. But I still think it would be possible to do a blacktail great one and make it a hybrid with mule deer. So if you've never heard of a bench leg, that is the name for a mule deer blacktail hybrid. They're, I think, mostly like in California, areas like out there. And they do get huge. So you could do basically 2 species great ones for the price of 1. Give mule deer and blacktail great ones, and they could have the ability to, like, either species could spawn as any of the variants. I think that'd be amazing. Do you think grinding for trophies takes the fun out of the game? I wish that grinding wasn't a thing. Like, I say that fully knowing that I didn't invent it, but I was definitely one of the people that sort of popularized it with the Great One Whitetail grind because it worked. Back when Great Ones were... They were bugged in more ways than one. So, like, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that it's not something that I did or helped to make big. But that was also kind of, I won't say a necessity, but the way that the game works, because there isn't like a degree of randomness, if you want a particular thing, whether it's a great one or a diamond or a rare, you just gotta kill many of those species. So I guess it was inevitable. But, I wish things were more random based. Because it does suck, like, I don't even have that many diamond fallow on the grind. I mean, I guess I might have more diamond fallow than I had diamond red deer. Which, my kill totals are close, so I guess that's not a surprise. But it kind of sucks to see a level 5 fallow and be like, yeah. I wish that wasn't a factor. But it is. I hope they're listening to me, Courts. One of these days, I'm gonna fly to Sweden and give them my pitch. Just be like, listen, guys. I have my toes on the pulse of the community, and they want a Great One mule deer and a Great One blacktail combined. It'd be great. Roe deer bark, apparently, so if anything, roe deer sound like hog deer. Wait, are you saying that hog deer also bark? I head that Baja Blaster. Me too.
The last one.
Do you like baseball? I enjoy it if it's on. I don't typically seek it out. Like, the best way to describe it, when we go down to Georgia to visit Kyla's family. Most evenings, like, they'll put the Braves game on if they're playing, you know, if it's that time of year. And I'll sit there and watch the entire thing and, like, very much enjoy it. But if I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, I could watch a baseball game or I could go on YouTube and watch whatever, I'll probably go on YouTube.
Braves are doing good again.
Were they doing bad for a while? The Pirates were doing good for a while. They are not anymore. When did you get your first great one? It was June 10th, 2020. It's been a while.
Braves.
The voice of the world? Oh, for Call of the Wild? I could convince him. The entire community told me this. Every single one of them. What's more rare, diamonds or a rare? I think it depends on the species to some degree, but anybody that ever grinds for a great one will have more diamonds than rares generally. I had more rare fallow than diamonds for a while, but it balanced back out to where I have considerably more diamonds than rares at this point. What do you think about the Gamekeeper 12 gauge? It's one of my favorite guns. I love the look of it. It performs really well. The only reason I don't use it more is a lot of times capacity can be pretty important, and it only holds 2. What's rare? A diamond bighorn, like diamond bighorns Cape Buffalo or rare Cape Buffalo? Oh, definitely a rare. I've had, counting females, maybe 5 rare Cape Buffalo. Actually, wait, 3 albinos. Yeah, I think 5 or 6 rares. Diamond bighorns, 8, 10, 12. I don't like how you can't put a wood finish on the 7mm bolt action. I can't figure that out because some guns, they allow you to put the materials on regardless of what, you know, was there. Like, for instance, there are some composite stock rifles that you can put the wood finish on, but not all of them. I don't know why they did that. Favorite DLC weapon? Oh boy. I like the 7mm bolt a lot, but I have used the 308 AR so much in the last couple weeks, to the tune of 4,600 plus kills. If it didn't force me to like it, I guess I probably would have changed it by now, so I'm gonna go with the 308. It is a really good gun, by the way. It's not like, man, I hate using this thing. It's really good. I am pretty partial to that 7mm though, too. I always wanted the 7mm bolt. That's the thing. If I wasn't doing the grind, I'll put it that way. If I wasn't grinding, it'd be the 7mm. Since I am, and I'm a fan of the gun, 308. Let's get rid of this dark area, see what's up here. Probably means, you know, whatever may be around here we haven't seen yet. Nice, Billy. Favorite handgun? The 45 Cavalry? I think we killed a diamond pronghorn with it. Oh, it was in that video where, intentionally otherwise, that guy almost stole our second diamond pronghorn. It was the one that we ended up killing with the 45. I love the gun. It's one of those deals, like, it's just how Call of the Wild is. If you're carrying a bow, or a handgun, or a shotgun with slugs, for instance, you're generally just kind of accepting, like, alright, I'm not going to kill as many things as I most efficiently could today. And that's fine. Like, I like to hunt that way. But you're kind of just going to let some things probably get away, and therefore I don't carry stuff like that as much as I'd like to. These are some of the saddest banteng. Like half the level 4s you see are potential diamonds, and then all these are just tiny. Drinking stream was chill. I don't know if we're going to get too many more opportunities to do that as it's getting way hotter out, but if there's a day where it like rains and stays cool and stuff, I definitely want to do that again. That was a lot of fun. Got another couple of them. They're everywhere right up here in this area that we hadn't explored. Go figure. Like one spot on the map we hadn't been, there's tons of banteng. They're trying their best. Is dark brown croc rare? No. Got a gold albino scoring banteng. That's like my dream. Outside of, as far as rare banteng go, outside of a super rare, gold albino is it for me. That's really cool. Oh boy, favorite animal in the lodge. In the lodge? Piebald diamond gray fox. That one I think is actually a pretty easy answer for me when I really think about it. It's probably my favorite diamond we've ever killed anyway. I don't know if it's my favorite kill. It could be, but the whitetail great one was pretty dang special too. But favorite diamond, yeah. Definitely the gray fox. Bryce, thank you again for the super chat. Thoughts on water buffalo on Te Awaroa? I think they'd fit better on the Emerald Coast. I don't know where they'd... I mean, I guess in areas like this where the banteng are would be fine. On Te? I don't think the terrain is quite right. Get this last little bit. Now spin around this way. If we go right through the middle, we'll be close to unlocking the whole thing. Would you recommend the True Vision sights for the Gamekeeper? I've never bothered with them. Maybe they would help, like, in low light or something? I don't think they would help at night. I think they'd make it worse. Favorite Great One Fallow? I think he means combo. I've gone back and forth on this. Like, I have so many different... I've kind of... See, I told myself I was going to answer this question in a certain way, and then I forgot. My answer is supposed to be whichever one I get. However, if I did get to choose, I've really become pretty partial to the Fabled Golden fur type and the saw rack. Fabled Golden, big typical rack looks amazing. I've really come around to that golden fur. Painted might still be my preference, but the gold is really nice. Sounds good, Bottom Boy. Appreciate you hanging out, man. Haze my Great One confirmed. It's true. Golden Irish Elk? That one at first, like, nobody was getting. I think I've seen a couple of those posted now, but it's still, like, I would say one of the least harvested combos. Specific animal we're hunting? I guess any one of Rusa, Sandbar, or Hog Deer. Those are now the 3 diamonds we don't have on the Emerald Coast. We did get our diamond croc at least. It's going to be a small bit that we didn't discover. And I probably won't run all kinds of back and forth. We'll have to do the rest of it another time, but we'll go down through the center of it. It ain't supposed to be here anyway. I still don't understand why it's like that. I have a bias towards fur types like the Birch Great One Moose. Birch was, like, for the moose, I had a little bit of the same thing that I had. That's a tiny one. But, like, my Fallow sort of, I had the same thing. There was ones that I thought were really cool. I think I overlooked the Fabled Golden Fur. And I think I did the same thing with Birch Moose. Like, I really wanted the oak. And then I thought, what's the piebald looking one? Is it two-tone, or... There's another one, though, too. What the heck? Not spotted. Whatever it is. The one that kind of looks piebald. I started to really like that one as well. And I just... I feel like I was missing birch. That one's incredible. Alright, well, we missed a little bit of it. We'll come up and get that another time. I do want to go, I guess, through here. We've probably shot some stuff here, but maybe there's respawns. Two-tone might be the one that I want. I swear there's another, like, spotted, fabled, speckled? Speckled is the one I'm thinking of. That one's really nice, too. Just bought 107 mil rounds, about to go Houston. Nice. Okay. We'll see if we can get some roost on sandbar. Maybe there's going to be a big male respawn. And I don't even, like, here's the problem with how much multiplayer we've hunted. I feel like we haven't been through much of this area at all, so we'll have to do a little bit of that. Why are gold bantangs so easy to find? They're like the one species on Emerald Coast that... What would I... Like, the percentages are off a little bit. By that, I mean... Like, it feels like it's 70% of male bantang are golds versus 30%, 20% of male roos are golds. Do you have any diamond bantang? We did kill one in multiplayer. The same hunt that we killed our diamond stubble quail, actually. I hear something. Whatever it was ran right by us. How'd you get the cool reload animation for the 243? I don't think I used the 243, however. The reason my animations may look different than yours is because I have all 3 perk points in lightning hands. It decreases the reload time for all your weapons. I think the first 2 basically speed up the regular animation. For a couple of guns, that level 3 gives like a completely different animation. For instance, with the 10 gauge shotgun, typically with the like level 1 and 2, you just reload 1 round after the next. If you're level 3, I think it's you put 1 round in the chamber and then 2 rounds stacked on top of each other you put at the same time. So it speeds up the animation a lot. Those sort of things I think are really neat. What's the longest you've gone not hunting, like in real life? I mean, when I was young, 350 some days, I only hunted the 12 days of rifle season. Used to only be 12 days, now it's 15, 14? Just scuffed my first level 5 moose over on Yukon. Gonna watch you to feel better? Well, hopefully we can help with that. Moose are tough, they're just tanks. It is bound to happen eventually. How do you get the rangefinder on your binoculars? These are the Apex View 7x42 binoculars. They do just have a rangefinder already with them, so I think you unlock them at level 27 or something like that. Once you unlock them, I think they're 24,000 in-game cash and you're good to go. It's an okay axis deer. Ah, I'm having a strugfest trying to spot it. We need a class 8 to 9 rifle. I frankly am shocked we've never gotten one. I think that would be really cool. This is the wrong weapon for hog deer, but it will kill it. I think we had something good on that Rusa. Anything good besides the croc? Nothing to speak of so far. 340 class 8 to 9? I mean the 340 you could do the 416, 375 H&H. There's all kinds of calibers that could fit right into that spot. I wouldn't hate it if they did a... What is it? There's a muzzle loading caliber. I think it's 70 something. There's a huge muzzle loading caliber. 72? Give us a stupidly huge muzzleloader to shoot like Cape Buffalo and stuff with. I'd love it. What was the croc? We had a max weight, not quite max score, aggressive croc that we shot at like 7 meters. 72? Okay. Small. Want to see the 577 from Dangerous Hunts 2009? See, this is the one problem. As much as I played that game, and as much as my name is in fact from that game, I don't remember many of the guns and stuff. I really don't remember a ton of the story. I know I loved it, but it's been so long since I played it. One of those things too, like I could play it on the channel. I think that'd be a good idea. At the same time, if it's not as good as I remember, will that just ruin the entire thing for me? Because it might. Okay, that didn't go as planned. There was a Russo, was there not? I don't know where it went. Is light brown croc rare? Yes. It's still a banger? I don't know if they have it for PC, but if they do, that would definitely be something I'd like to play then. Is there a way to tell if you hit a vital based off the animal flinch? There may be some species that do it. I'm trying to think through. Some of the newer species like Kangaroo have some unique animations, but for the most part, no. What I look at, like for instance, if you're watching a video or a stream and maybe I very quickly will say like whether or not we hit a vital, I'm generally watching the spotting info to see if the health percentage goes down. Where was that thing? There he is. Favorite hunting game? I mean, of all time, it's the Hunter Classic, but like, right now, Call of the Wild's probably my favorite. It goes back and forth. Like, when Call of the Wild has new content coming out, when there's a new map, new great ones, I'm definitely spending more time in Call of the Wild. But in like the winter months, even in the fall, when there's not anything new coming out, when I'm a little bit less in a rush to like get right back out there and grind Fallow, for instance, a lot of times I start my day by editing that day's video. And in the background, I'm sitting in a tree stand in Classic and I'll kill 10, 15 animals from a stand. Typically nothing crazy, but every now and then something cool shows up. I love tree stand hunting in Classic. The thing that Classic got right is that you can hunt basically any way you want to, and the random spawns ensure that it's never going to be the same experience. I like the animal population side of Call of the Wild. It can be really cool to be like, I mean, you see this thing all the time where, you know, creators will find a great one, but they won't shoot it till they're on stream. Or, I don't know, maybe I'm about to go to bed and, oh god, there's an albino track, I'll find that tomorrow. That kind of stuff in Call of the Wild is really nice, but the randomness of Classic, you just can't replace that. If you're in Louisiana, you can hunt deer like 4 or 3 months. I mean, I hunt deer in PA for 2.5. You can't hunt them for 3. I don't do much flintlock hunting, though. Call of the Wild needs to have random spawns. So the problem with random spawns in Call of the Wild is the maps are so big. Even if you played like for a really long time in one singular session, you'd still probably never see 90% of the animals. I know, and I'm not sure how accurate these numbers still are, but I know years and years ago, Ron McTube did a like extinction hunt in Classic, and I think they found there were 250 odd animals. So if you hunt for say 2 hours, a lot of times you'll see 20 animals. If you hunt for like say 4 or 5 hours, you might see 50 animals. Like you're seeing a considerable percentage. Call of the Wild has so many more animals than that you're just, most of the time, even if you hunt for hours on end, you're not going to see most of them. I think that's where the problem kind of lies with it. And the obvious exploit of, like, spawn mashing and all that sort of thing, unfortunately, would exist. What's up, Fins? Stream's going good. We killed a max weight diamond croc. He was not max score because I don't get max score animals that are max weight. They're always non-max weight if they're max score. One of the cooler, like, croc hunting experiences, it was aggressive. I just didn't know it was an 9 until I shot it, so, like, that's the way that I would love for it to go, basically. Shot some roos. Nothing special. Now we're chasing deer species. We still need all 3 new deer species diamonds. There is a Russo male up here. We had the track. Do you like the Spain map, Quattro? It's a good map. It's an okay size Russo. The thing with Quattro, the reason I don't hunt it as much is because we did our red deer grind there and we killed like 5,600 red deer or something. It's just hard to go back and not be like, I hate it here. Spend a lot of time there. I do like the map in general. Like if I go to multiplayer, it's generally a good time. Do you mind, Sandbar, not pushing our Russo around? If you ever saw a 200 plus albino whitetail in Classic, what would be your reaction? I don't know, but it would probably peak the mic. I will, because I probably almost peaked the mic when we shot our 200 common. I think a lot of people do this, but I'm definitely someone who, like, you know, sits and envisions potential scenarios. Like, the amount of scenarios that I've played through my head of me killing the blade at 9, you have no idea. But, in Classic, you know, like, I would see a lot of people around me getting a 200 whitetail. And I was hunting for it for like 10 years, and I was just never getting one. And I thought, maybe I'll have the stupidest luck ever and kill an albino 200. Like, that was the specific thing I thought of. And of course, it ends up being a common. I also thought the same thing about, I never had a rare elk for forever. No rare bull elk, I should say that. I killed a lot of rare cows. So in my head, I'm like, yeah, when I finally get a rare, it's going to be like a 350. It'll be worth it, right? My first rare Roosevelt elk was a 113 albino that didn't even come to a call. He just walked under my stand like a goob. Felt fitting, to be honest. I don't grind, but I go with the flow, if that makes sense. I might understand what you're saying. There's a thing that I tend to say when it comes to, like, videos where I'm not doing any kind of grinding, where it's, I think the exact quote is, let the hunt take us where it will. Is that kind of what you're getting at? Looking for the perfect fast rifle for 4 to 8, the 308 AR-10 is going to be the way to go. That's from the modern weapons pack. You definitely did when you got the 200? That was I'm so glad that happened on stream. Like, when it comes to great ones and stuff, I do want to get a great one on stream someday, but I'm just as happy to get one in a video, like just while recording. Reason being, you can edit in all like the music and the, you know, whatever crazy effects and stuff you want to do with it. The 200 whitetail it felt like a community effort for years. Like, every week, going out for the classic stream, hunting for a 200 whitetail, and then it was just cool that it did happen on stream. Why are light brown turkeys common now? That is a great question. Using the 308 Olsen model? Yeah, it'll work just fine. Do you record every single time you play? I don't. I used to use, they've changed the name of it, but it used to be called Shadow Play. It was a really cool thing because not only could it record normally, it also had the ability to, like, save the last 5 minutes. I used that for maybe a year or two of making videos. This is like 2017. On a couple of instances, both with crazy rares in Hunter Classic, it just failed, it just didn't work. That was when I switched to OBS, but that ability for it to save the last 5 minutes is really cool. The problem was, if I kept Shadow Play on my PC and then ran OBS, I'd run into lag issues, so I just don't use that anymore. Shadow Play would basically be recording every time I play, but without just hitting record and going. And the problem is, if I'm grinding fallow, like, I'm probably, you know, listening to YouTube or music or whatever that can't end up in a YouTube video anyway, so there's not much point in me recording. How was that not a neck shot? You just went live on Emerald Coast. Go to another map, please. We haven't streamed Emerald Coast in, I think, over a week. We have done videos here, to be fair. The Turkey's Maximus, it's like, I think someone did tell me that it does happen like a little more frequently than, say, like an albino Eastern Turkey or whatever. But it's one of those deals, like if you see basically an all-white turkey, you don't expect it to be just a common. You feel like it should be something special. How do you look at the pictures you took in your game camera on PS4? Does anybody know if that's possible? One of the consoles I think it was possible, one I don't know if you could. Opinion on multiplayer and which is better? Multiplayer presents some challenges. One of which being, you know, determining if the kills you get in multiplayer are legitimate. Because unfortunately, I don't know why people do this, but people will, you know, use mods or hacks or whatever, host a server of nothing but diamonds and great ones and super rares. Somebody joins, the first thing they see is like a super rare, and they, you know, understandably freak out over it. Only to get their hopes and dreams crushed when they find out that the thing is hacked. So, you know, there's that side of things, there's the potential to get kicked and stuff. I like multiplayer for the unknown factor. Like, I'm not planning on shooting any of these fallow, right? I just don't feel like running around the lake and claiming them. I've shot a million fallow on Te Aroa by now. These are not things that I feel like shooting at the moment. But, because we're not shooting them, there's going to be no respawns. These same fallow are going to be here the next time we visit this lake. At least during fallow drink time. So, multiplayer removes that aspect. Every place you go is at least going to have new animals to you. The host may have seen them 100 times, but to you, they're going to be, you know, new things you've never seen before. I think single player generally is better if you're hunting for a particular diamond, you can grind for it or whatever. I think multiplayer, if you just feel like going for a hunt and, you know, see what you find, I think multiplayer is better. We put this tent in the sanctuary, by the way, during the stream. I just wanted to see what was here. I randomly thought of it. Great one fallow in our enclosure. Yeah, there he is. Great one fallow, alright. Great one red deer can spawn too. I think that's the red deer pen. I don't think we can get our way out without fast traveling. Small. Alright, anyway. It's about hog deer drink time. But I think we should go through the center of the map. What time is it? 4:37. Let's go from here up. How to get into the sanctuary? The way I did it was I set up a tent right by one of the buildings, jumped on top of the tent from on top of my dog, jumped onto the roof of the building from on top of the tent, and then dropped right down into the enclosure. You can't kill the things, by the way. I literally tried everything, not because, hey, I want to kill this enclosed animal. I wanted to make sure that couldn't become an exploit, and if it could, I was going to let EW know. We did that live on stream, so I definitely would have let everyone else know that it was an exploit if it could have happened, but luckily it cannot. They thought of that. Every time you load up the game tux, you get like a random spawn of animals in there. People have had great ones, people have had diamonds, rares. I don't know if a super rare has spawned in there yet. Do you try and hunt upwind? I mean, for the most part, naturally, I move south to north because during the majority of the day in Call of the Wild, the wind blows north to south. But I don't actively pay attention to the wind. If it happens that a diamond animal is downwind and it's smelling me a little bit easier, I just try to go for a longer shot. For a long time, the scent eliminator spray was bugged. If you sprayed it, it worked. If you took a single step after that, it would stop working and it was basically pointless. Because you're always moving around in this game, at least a little bit, you know, move to the side of a tree, be able to spot something better, that sort of thing. So I just learned to play without it, and along the same vein, kind of learned to deal with the wind wherever it is. You got a pie fallow super rare in your sanctuary? That's kind of unfortunate when, you know, everybody's getting super rare fallow. Isn't around 25 diamonds get a great one to spawn? It's entirely random. 25 diamonds will probably be a decent average. The reason for that would be,
I'm not burning right now for diamonds.
well, it depends on the species. Like, whitetail great ones, the average total number of kills seems to be close to 1,500. Red deer are like 2,000 some. Black bear, the average for people that get them is maybe 2,000 or 3,000, but a lot of people are way over that and haven't gotten one. Moose seems to be 2,000 average, maybe 1,500. But anyway, a relatively normal rate is 1 diamond every 50 to 100 kills. So if you kill 2,500 animals and you're getting a diamond every 100, you have 25 diamonds. Shot a level 4 super rare piebald fellow. Now that is cool, because their rack's going to be different than most other super rares. Spine shot my first ever super rare. That's big unfortunate.
Come close to
I know you have. My worst fears of great one fallow are red deer spawning in my sanctuary. I don't know if I check it often enough to really have it be very likely that there's one there. Like, I only check it on stream, just because I think it's fun to go and look. If it happened... See, I don't know if it's the worst thing, because as I talked about earlier in the stream, I'm kind of of the opinion that certain individual players have better luck with some species than others. And I think if your luck is good enough to get a great one to spawn in your sanctuary, you probably are decently lucky to get one to spawn outside your sanctuary. You're a deadly accurate shot? Well, I appreciate that. Sometimes, not so much, especially my fallow grind. Good lord. I don't know if I've, like... I think what it is I'm starting to try to shoot too fast. But I have missed way too many shots. Diamond score for Ruse, 472 flat, I think. Oh, gun season 3 months. Bow season September to February. Gun season is 3 months? Is it rifle or shotgun? 3 months is forever. Where is the sanctuary on the map? It's this far north kind of center outpost right here. These tents that I have are, well, one of them is actually inside the sanctuary. I wonder if mellow or albino is more rare for banteng? I feel like I've seen more albinos posted, but at the same time, like you said, if you're hunting at night, you're probably not going to notice the mellow. Best gun in the game for you? I mean, I think the 7mm bolt's like the most versatile. But say the 300 is the best, like, big game gun. It's a tough question to answer because it depends on the application, basically. Is this where we shot that, leucistic sandbar? I think it was. It's a very similar spot, but it's not exactly it. Do great ones spawn from level 5 fallow deer respawns, or are they completely random? I don't know exactly. I don't think there's any necessarily, like, correlation between what you shoot and a great one spawning. I do think there's some kind of correlation between, like, diamonds and great one spawning. I say that because the amount of herd management great one fallow that have shown up compared to the amount of non-herd management great one fallow, herd management gets more diamonds. That is for certain. Fallow for me are the one thing that's making me think it maybe isn't completely random. I always kind of thought it with maybe whitetail and red deer and moose and stuff, but there's several, like, if you go on the official Hunter Discord and watch the Fabled Ones chat, there's several people with full Great One fallow huddle mounts in like 2,000 kills. Or less. So, and they're doing herd management, obviously. So I think there's probably something to do with diamonds helping you get great ones in some way. I don't know what that is, but it's hard to ignore that correlation. Stupid question, what is herd management? I'm really a noob, started 3 days ago. Without explaining exactly what it is, because it's kind of, it's really more than I don't herd manage. It's an attempt to, like, Let me think how it works. You shoot the medium and big sized animals and leave small animals. This is way oversimplifying. But by doing that, it makes the game spawn more big animals, more or less. I saw somebody, I don't know if this is true or not actually. I saw somebody mention recently that herd management's the most complicated thing in the game. Maybe I'm missing some of what herd management is, but I don't know. The gist of it is what I said there. Kind of an exploit. Well, Jaxy said EW's official stance on herd management is that it's not an exploit. I do think there's almost like two different versions of herd management. I think there's more or less what I explained, like shoot get this right again, shoot the medium size and big size and leave the small ones or something like that. But then there's also like the whole stacking and like shooting down your zones to be small ones in places you don't ground and stuff. That stuff is way more complicated than I understand anyway. But I don't know if... I don't know what version of herd management EW means. It's not that difficult once you understand. I don't know if I want to understand. Like, that's the scary part about knowing how things work. Once you remove the magic of the game, is that something you can regain? Stacking diamonds and great ones? See, this is where I don't get it, because Jaxy said it hinders things. So there's a disconnect somewhere, and I just wish everybody could get on the same page. Because at first I was just like, yeah, herd management's an exploit, like, it is. I can see what Jaxy's saying about, you know, if you just leave the lower level animals, like, of course people are going to do that. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense to me. There's levels to it, for sure. And, I'm sort of in the process of trying to understand where the line has to be for me personally. Like, again, I don't care what you do. Like, and I don't mean you specifically, I mean anybody out there. If you want to stack your diamonds and stack great ones, and like, go for it. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. For me personally, I don't know. I just want to find what is the correct approach. 442 to 518 level 9, that's not a bad estimate. Have you ever considered using herd management? Well, back in 2018, I think it was then. When was the whole T-Series and PewDiePie thing? Whatever that was. I promise there's a reason I remember it like that. One of my moderators was doing this thing. I don't even know if he was calling it herd management. I maybe came up with the term. I doubt it, but I know I called it herd management. Maybe my mod did. I can't remember where the term actually came from. But he was doing it with K-Buffalo. Whatever his method was, he was able to get a bunch of diamond K-Buffalo. And I wanted the diamond whitetail at the time. So I was like, okay, I'll try this with whitetail. I never succeeded with it. We didn't even understand how need zones work back then, so it's not surprising that I didn't succeed with it. I wasn't doing it to the scale that it's done now. But I tried it back then. Like, I was willing to give it a shot and never had any luck with it. But I don't think I was even... Like, I'm not even sure if it was the same thing. It was him? Who was him? How many diamonds in the new map? We now have 5. We've got 1 of each of stubble quail, eastern gray kangaroo, saltwater crocs, banteng, and what am I missing? Oh, magpie goose. I don't know, but he started it. Oh, he did it? I see what you're saying. That guy that we don't actually know. I don't even know if it was my moderator that, like, was the first one to come up with it. You wouldn't find it fun? I don't know. I don't pay enough attention when I'm grinding things to begin with. Like, if there's a thing there, I'm probably shooting it. Nice, Mel. Did you post it in the group chat? I want to see. Thought about the game, which DLC is best for starters? I would personally probably go with the modern weapons pack. It's gonna get you guns that are basically, not only are they gonna help you at the beginning, they're guns that you'll still use, you know, when you're the max level. 145, dang. My 5 was pretty big, he's 143, I think. Banteng are such interesting creatures. Whoa. That fella ain't bad. I think we'll launch a round out his way. I don't know if he's wonky or what. He looks funny. For once, we don't make that shot. We've done it so many times. We'll visit the lake and then go get him. Hey, thank you, Jacob. What actually is Legacy Rack / Horns? So basically, they introduced True Racks, I think in 2019. True Racks is like an acronym for True Random Antler Configuration System. To explain that on the most basic level, it's a way of like ensuring that all the racks will be in some way unique. So for instance, if you look at a Diamond Cape Buffalo, they don't have true racks. All your Diamond Cape Buffalo are going to look the same. There's big horns and small horns, but otherwise, you know, there's no variation in those. The legacy racks would be what the Cape Buffalo have. The antlers or horns that the animals had before they implemented the true rack system. So, like, if you shot a... Let me think. What was the last thing that got true racks? Well, it's actually 3 things. If you shot a diamond springbuck before this update, it's going to have the legacy horns, whereas anything now is going to have the true racks. Does that somewhat make sense? I feel like my single-player hog deer are just poop. Like, I never see any big ones. Oh my god, that is a wide one. He's got the like, darker colored horns, too. I'm jealous. Are you doing IRL hunting videos this year? That is the plan. I actually, I need to get back to editing the rest of last year's. At this rate, they're going to be coming out, like, in hunting season, which is probably a better thing. People are more interested in watching a hunting video in hunting season than in, like, July. But I think there's probably 4 or 5 left. There's still, I think I have, like, 4 deer that I shot on film yet that have to be in videos, and then my brother has one. I think that's the rest of the deer we have on film. And then, yeah, we're going to film again this year, too. Late season gold. Had a troll rooster and hog deer on my new map. That definitely sucks. The hog deer more so than the rooster. The rooster's to a degree expected, I think. Hog deer do troll a lot, but I think when you see a 5, you expect it to make it. Have you thought about doing a podcast? It's been on my mind. I'd like to do it. I don't think I could sit here and do a podcast by myself. So I'd have to have either guests or like a co-host or whatever. And then the biggest problem is finding the time to do that. Because this time of year is one thing, but in hunting season, I just don't think I'd get to do it. Would you ever collab with other Call of the Wild YouTubers? In the last, I don't know, 3 weeks, we've done 2 or 3 streams with Mel. Kylo was in 1 or 2 of those streams. And we also did a stream with Mel and KC. What would your podcast name be? Something to do with Big Mail or... I don't know. Yeah, as J.O. knows, the Big Mail Podcast. Anything good? We killed a huge diamond croc towards the beginning. He was max weight, not max score. The amount of max weight animals I've shot over the years that are not max score. 12 minutes with Flantro.
That's perfect. Except podcasts aren't usually that short.
It's like a mini cast. What's this big male joke I'm missing out on? Please? Alright, so the story is a little bit blurry because I don't even remember exactly how it started. Basically, if you guys know G-Man, he's one of the moderators in my Discord. For like a year and a half, we used to stream together every single week, sorry. I think he still lives there. His internet wasn't good enough to stream where he was living. So I would stream to his channel for him. We'd hunt together in multiplayer. You'd see my perspective, but he would, be in Discord with me. He'd address the chat. It was basically his stream, but you'd see my perspective. So like I would follow him around like a cameraman, more or less. At some point, he did a video. I don't want to call it a DD parody because of everybody out there on this planet, he may be the person that's watched the most DD content. Like, he literally knows probably every video DD's ever made. But he made a video where he was, like, doing an impression of DD, and at some point he called, I don't know, an elk or a Cape Buffalo or something a big male. And for whatever reason, we just ran with that for years, and here we are. He knows all the DD lore, he really does. He's been on the receiving end of it, too. How did Mouse Gaming get a diamond level 4 that big? I'm a little suspicious. She's just that good. It's the Truax influence of something that has very few parameters to score. Assuming that it's going to be in a video, eventually you'll see it. It's just super wide set horns that overall spread matters for the banteng true score, and it just scores really high. I think that's a common, but it looks a little funny in there. It's not very, for a 4, it is not a high estimate. Maybe he is rare. See, when you get those weird estimates on stuff, then you gotta check. Are you common? That's not the gun I want. I don't know. I thought I might have seen a little white in the face. I think he's common. There's one surefire way to find out. The story of the fox on Bush Rangers, the jump scare DD. Dude, that was my sub alert for like 3 or 4 years. 22 is working for distracting animals? Sure is. They have 3 diamond racks, do they? The best way to make money. Well, if you have a printer, I personally think Te Awaroa shooting like fallow deer and red deer is the best, but a good point that people have noted since the changes here, because crocs go aggressive and because they can't like drown underwater, hunting crocs and just kind of letting them find you can be a really lucrative way to make money. What map do you want added next? I still think Greenland would be amazing. If they're not going to do Africa 2.0, and Jaxy more or less said, the way that he put it was like, if we did it, how would we ever follow it with another map? So I guess fair enough. If they don't intend to do Africa, I think Greenland would be really neat. Muskox, caribou, probably ptarmigan, Arctic fox, Arctic wolves. We're kind of stretching the limits there with some stuff, but it's a game. Get a diamond, 8 albinos side by side? That's nuts. Wait, you had that and you thought it was sus that Mel shot a big one? Dark spotted, by the way, not a special one. Africa 2.0 would be awesome? I think so. I killed Sir 12 in that multiplayer video because he was bugged. He'd be pretty useful right about now. I don't know where the next track is. Is it that important? Not really. Would I like to find it? Kinda. Is it that? Can't be. Maybe it is. Yep, that's it. How rare is a blue bobcat on New England? They're pretty rare now, I think. Just a common lad. Alright, oh wow. It's 5 o'clock. Okay, let's see. Trying to think of a place we can fast travel to and kill a hog deer. I guess this is going to be our best option. I promise I'm not hacking. No, I'm not saying you were. I just... I thought it was funny. All is fine. Great one Sika would be amazing. Sika deer have that same problem that red deer had, kind of that fallow had, though fallow they've ended up doing just fine with. Even moose kind of had. The diamonds are so big that it's almost unreasonable to make them any bigger. So you get things like moose. Like the moose, they have some unique racks. None are higher scoring than the diamond racks. Red deer can score higher than the diamonds, but not by very much. I think Sika, you'd run into that same problem. Like, how do you make, without it just being absurd, how do you make it bigger than the diamonds are? 266 diamond fallow? Nice. Alright, I don't see anything here, so let's take our croc back to the trophy lodge then. Put him in the multi-mat, we'll be wrapping this one up. Oh, that is cool. Your very first sandbar stag was leucistic. I love the look of them. Australia does have a lot of trolls, that's for sure. So glad I got to watch a full stream for once. I missed the days where I was able to be here every time. Life does have a way of throwing things at you to change schedules around. I appreciate you hanging out though, man. One day, what I'd like to do is move these guys back where the fallow are, put the fallow with a great one in here, hopefully, where they are. Okay. Just killed a 9 legendary troll red deer. That's big, unfortunate. Not a fan of the trolls. Alright, so what you're going to see when I go through this is a ton of diamond fallow. We've shot a few. What is it called? This. Dismantle that. Then we're going to do a new one with our diamond 1097.71. Literally like 2 1/4 away from max. Diamond Magpie in there. Whoop. Strugs. If we could do water, I'd love to do this pose. I think that's the one. That gray variant's so nice as well. Pretty darn cool. I wouldn't have guessed that the first of the new multi-mounts we get done would be crocs and magpies. Diamond of each, single player as well. Pretty cool. The nice thing is, too, of the remaining diamonds that we don't have, they're all deer species, so we can hunt them just run around in different areas of Emerald Coast. We don't have to, like, go through the coast specifically for crocs, which we will, so I'm looking for a rare, but still. It'll be good. We don't have to hunt drink zones or anything like that, so looking forward to that, but I think that is indeed going to do it for this stream. We'll see. This week's probably going to be pretty hot. I don't know if I'll get to do any, like, bonus fallow grinding streams. Maybe we will. But it was nice to take a break from fallow, and it worked out. Monster Diamond Croc from single player. Definitely a worthwhile use of our 2 hours that we could have done fallow grinding. I think we probably had a better success here. But anyway, that's going to do it for this stream. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support today. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video, which may or may not be a Hunter Classic Beginner's Guide. Depends on if I get it done. Otherwise, probably call them out. Okay, bye.